And before we wrap this show, I have some baking news for you. How many of you have tried this bread? It's called baguette, the French baguette. This bread is staple in France, and we are talking about it because this bread has made it to the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. The obvious question is, what is so special? UNESCO says this bread celebrates a whole culture, the daily ritual, a structural element of a meal. UNESCO also goes on to say that this bread is synonymous with sharing. In simpler words, it is synonymous with being friendly. Some estimates say France produces 16 million baguettes a day. And how many people live in the country? Around 65 million. The bread got its name in 1920. Strict rules followed. To be called a baguette, the bread had to be 80 centimeters long and weigh 250 grams. Until 1986, baguette also had a fixed price. But over the years, the number of artisanal bakeries baking baguettes have come down. In fact, according to some reports, the number has dropped from 55,000 to 35,000 between 1970 and today. The loaf is currently fighting for relevance in an era that's dominated by supermarkets and sourdough. I'm referring to this Instagram favorite bread. The sourdough became viral during the COVID-19 pandemic. Shortly after the world shut down, people started baking at their own homes. They had time in their hands and not much to do. Enter sourdough. The bread has a picture-perfect crumb and an Instagrammable dough-making process. Baguette felt threatened. By 2021, France was pushing for baguette to be included in the Intangible Cultural Heritage Register. And don't mistake it for the UNESCO World Heritage Site List. The Intangible Cultural Heritage List aims to protect traditions, knowledge, and skills. The idea is to ensure that traditional knowledge is not lost over time. Traditional breads from Iran and Kazakhstan are already on the list. So is the Neapolitan art of pizza twirling. This year, a popular folk song of Algeria made it to the list as well. So is Spain's manual bell ringing, Zambia's Kalela dance. When France learned the humble baguette also had made the cut, the country's joy knew no limits.
Félicitations à la France, décision adoptée, bravo.
Ce sont très peu d'ingrédients, de la farine, de l'eau, du sel, de la levure, du vin.
The French president learned about the news in Washington. Someone managed to find a baguette and hand it over to Emmanuel Macron, who looked at the bread with starry eyes and called it the spirit of France.
Dans ces quelques centimètres de savoir-faire passés de main en main,
in these few centimeters of craftsmanship passed from hand to hand lies exactly the spirit of French know-how. That is something inimitable. It seems to be just something material, but it's not.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.